Good evening, Tennessee Valley. You're watching News 19 at 5.
A dramatic start to a capital murder trial in Morgan County, and it began with the defense departing from the usual playbook.
Lawyers for the defendant started the day siding with the prosecution. News 19 investigative reporter Dallas Parker joins us live from Morgan County. Dallas, what happened in today's proceedings, how does that affect this trial moving forward now?
Well, Ben, the prosecution opened its case talking about the terrible toll on the victims. The state mentioned that some of those victims had been shot at least 16 times, and the defense attorney actually surprised some of the people in the gallery with his argument, saying that Fred Rogers was guilty of capital murder and that he expected a conviction at the end of the guilt phase of this trial, and that it was ultimately up to them how his client would die, whether that would be from natural causes in prison or by the death penalty. The state called 3 witnesses this morning before lunch. That first witness was the woman who called 911 to Toluca Road that night. She lived nearby and testified gunshots in the area she lived were not uncommon. But the woman said that night the number of gunshots she heard coming from the house was alarming. 2 then Morgan County deputies who responded to the shots fired call also testified. Former Deputy Vernon Luzier testified that he had responded to shots fired calls at that home prior to that night. But he said when he approached the house on Toluca Road this time, what he saw let him know that this was not his typical county shots fired call. Luzier testified that he saw male bodies lying in the garage. At least one of those corpses was on fire. Jurors saw body camera footage from Luzier as he and a second deputy moved through the killing scene in the house. After the lunch, prosecutors called Jacob Fanning, a crime scene investigator with the Madison County Sheriff's Office. Fanning was brought in to help assess the scene the night of those crimes. He went through dozens of graphic crime scene photos, in some of which victims had been burned. 3 of the victims were located in the garage. The remaining 4 were found in different parts of the house on Toluca Road. As some of those photos were being shown in the courtroom, I noticed that Rogers was looking down away from the screen. Now, following those graphic crime scene photos, Fanning also identified some ballistics evidence, but after that, the judge decided it was time to give the jury a break for the day. Of course, we will be here when things pick up back up tomorrow morning at 9:30, but for now, live from the Morgan County Courthouse, I'm Dallas Parker, News 19.